What's up, guys? Welcome to Real Talk with Don. This is the first episode, and this show's really just gonna be about like self-development, mindset, spirituality, business, finance. This is for the men out there and for the boys becoming men. This is just gonna be a community and a journey as we all grow together. We'll also speak about like current events that are going on. And I'm not talking about the bullshit current events. I'm talking about things from a global scale. Pretty sure if you guys tuned into this episode or this show, you guys are aware of what's going on. And if not, that's why you guys are tuning in. And yeah, everything's all interconnected because, as you guys know, we'll get into details with conversations. There are two timelines. You have your own personal timeline, and then you have the main timeline. And the reason why it's important to know about things going on a global scale, especially the things that are like not portrayed in MSM, the things that are happening outside of MSM, it's good to be aware because then you just know not to do certain things. Like, y'all already know. Like, y'all already know. But if you don't know, like, the whole, 2030, all that stuff going on and like, everything's inverted. Anyways, we're going to get into detail with the show with that and just growing with that. So anyways, let's get into today's topic, being the first episode. It's November 29th. I'm not sure when this will be released. However, today's an 11 day. This may be released tomorrow on the 30th. And the 30th is a 3-day. And then you may be asking, John, what do you mean 11-day, 3-day? I'm talking about numerology. And there are certain things that I won't be able to say on this show due to an NDA. And then there's other things that will go into detail. I can speak with you and utilize how you can use that knowledge into your life. Because at the end of the day, these are all just tools that help you with your everyday life and whatever goals that you have. Because I have a strong conviction that each person has come into this lifetime for a reason, and it's like on a spiritual level, like the soul level. Like you have your own like design that is like your own blueprint, and you just have to tap into that, and you tap into that by doing hard things. And you know what, today's episode may be language play and word play and how to use words to your advantage and not to be scared of words, because words, like, even though when people speak about words and like they bring up a context, you may feel like a sensation like with certain words. And yeah, like you may, like when you hear, like if you hear some bullshit ass word, like, damn, I don't even know, like someone could like be like making fun of you, or I don't even know if that's the right thing, or teasing you or what, like trying to, like when someone tries to put fear into you and stuff like that, like when they try to speak fear into your life using their words, and like when you hear it, you're kind of like you actually like could take it face value with like the words. You feel like a sensation in your body when they say certain things. Like don't let those words have any power over you, because at the end of the day, you have to take control. It's not the words, it's the feeling and meaning that you put behind the words. When we say wordplay, they also use wordplay in real life and MSM and headlines, everything. Everything's all wordplay. Lawyers, laws, it's all wordplay. And you have to pay attention to how people use words, because then if you look at the English dictionary, if you look at the English language, look at all the word plays, like, it's amazing. It's what, like, nah, that's like a typical one when people say good morning, like, obviously, because that has morning in it. And then when you say certain things like believe has lie in it. And then it's like, oh my. And certain words, girlfriend has end in it, friend has end in it. It's like, what? And this being the first episode, there's gonna be different type of shows where it's like we get into like the spiritual essence and like the hidden meanings behind it, and then we'll also talk about like other things, because like when you have that certain awareness, when you live on a higher consciousness, like certain things pertain to you, and the level when you get. Remember Spider-Man? Remember the Spider-Man films when they spoke about with great power comes great responsibility? It's kind of like the same thing, consciousness and like knowledge. When you know more, like you're responsible for more, and you should be doing more, and you should be doing better. However, the saying like less is more. Then it comes to a point where you have to be more strategic with the actions you take. And how do you become more strategic with that? It's the details that you have with your life, right? And when you, yeah, that's like everything, like things like come intertwined, and it's like this is just another point. Like use everything to your advantage. Like it's all about perception, how you perceive things. Like utilize, like turn. What's that saying? When something to turn the wine or fucking champagne. No, turn that pain into champagne. Like, all these cliche sayings is really about the transmutation of energy. When you think about it. The thing is, you got to be your own best coach. Or you just got to surround yourself with people who uplift you. But that only come through like your internal, because everybody has like angels that protect them on a daily basis. So, like, responsibility. Taking responsibility for oneself. Taking responsibility for one's education. And education doesn't finish when you do school, because, school, like, growing up, people put, like, such a big perception, but, like, education is, like, educate. It's when you bring in like the knowledge outside of a person. You don't give someone an education. You just bring out the knowledge that they have within them. And each person, like I said earlier, each person has a soul purpose, like a soul mission, like however you want to perceive that. Like whoever, like when you listen to this, just know like you have something that you can do that no one else can do. It's just up to you to reveal that to yourself, and you have to ask yourself great questions to be able to reveal that clarity to yourself, because there's power in clarity, my mates, because we don't use the terminology friends, we use mates, my brothers and sisters. Utilize things to your advantage and transmute things into your favor. And most importantly, view your life when you're in certain situations, like ask yourself great questions. For example, if you ever find or when I mention like to do hard things, like let's say you had to take a cold shower, right? You know what? Nah, because then some people may roll their eyes when they say this, but something practical, like going to the gym, right? Let's say you made a promise to yourself that you're going to get up at 5:30 or you're going to get up at 5, right, to go to the gym. This actually happened today. When you get up, right? So today, I got up at 4:30. And it's that 5 to 10 minute from 4. When I get up, I typically just get up. I either just go to the living room and then I do my meditation, or I go to the bathroom first, take off my retainer, brush my teeth, and then I go do the meditation. And then after the meditation, I drink water. However, before that moment when you get up, there's that window where it's like, damn, you could go back to bed and lay down, or you could get up and begin your day. The decision you make in that window is because then the thing is, I'll give you two scenarios. What happened today is I got up, and then I went to my office room, and then I started doing work, and then I went to go brush my teeth, take off my retainer, brush my teeth, and then I went back to the room to work, and I started drinking my water. That's one scenario. The other scenario, I did that. I didn't finish the scenario. So I did that, and then from there, I went to the gym to go train my client, and then I came back home, showered, and then went to the day thing, right? So that's one scenario. And then by the time it was 6:45 driving back home, it was like 6:55 driving back home. You have that moment where it's like, you got up and you started your day on the right foot compared to if you were to get up and then just go back to sleep. Because then what are you going to do? Sleep an extra 15-10 minutes? Like, that's not going to be productive sleep. So it's really not going to be beneficial to you anyways. So it's not like, why are you going to do that for cheap sleep? Like, just get up and begin your day. And then that same thing could be with whatever task that you have to do. Like, if there's certain calls you have to make within a day, if there's a certain contact, if you had to do a certain homework assignment, if you had to go to a gym. It could be anything. If you had to open up a new brokerage account to start investing, anything, that whatever your next right step is, take that same principle and view it the same way. Like, just do it and put yourself into action. And using numerology, there's certain days when it's the best day to do that. But like that initial resistance, like that moment. In that moment when you get up, right, you can either choose to go back to sleep, or you could go back to sleep, or you could get up to bed. In those moments, when that split second, in that moment, ask yourself, what would my best self do, or what would my higher self do? Or ask yourself, what would be the right thing to do? What action step would be the high return of investment to myself? Ask yourself these questions, because in that split second, then you start to evolve into that better version of yourself, and you start to realize, like, okay, I made this right decision. It's each moment those right decisions compound and add up, and voila, you have a magic formula right there. So that's gonna be it. Quick episode today, and there'll be many more. Stay tuned for the next one.